data quality. Okay, and error handling. We have also seen if some error comes in, they automatically create a folder, and it will. We need to clean that folder. If there is no error, then the folder will be clean. Then we can delete it. Okay, that's what we have already done. Okay, right. So now today we are planning for SQL Server, and not only that we have learned, we have also understood app.powerbi.com. Okay, this is the universal link. You should not search for it. You can directly type for it, app.powerbi.com. Okay, if you join any company, any client, you need to do the same URL, app.powerbi.com. Only how it will be differ based on the email address. It will validate your privileges based on your email and password. Okay, then it will be routing to your tenant. Once you log in, there is a tenant mechanism. Okay, owner and tenant, right? So that's kind of thing. Who is the owner? Microsoft is the owner, but you are the tenant. You are taking rent. Okay, rent in the cloud, SaaS application. It's a SaaS application. What SaaS means? Software as a service. Okay, they are providing the service. Guys, go on mute. Who is that? Somaya, please. You are not the first class. Okay. So app.powerbi.com also we try to understand. We try to understand my workspace. Okay, what is my workspace? Why we use there? Okay, what is the limitations in my workspace? And also we created a pro workspace, and we understand 4 roles. These are the very important topics. Okay, what is my workspace? What is a pro workspace? What is the difference between my workspace and pro workspace? What are the 4 roles in each workspace? Okay, but my workspace do not have any roles. Why? The reason is this workspace is a complete private room. You can share the report, but you cannot share the workspace. Workspace is nothing but a room. Okay, it's a room. But pro workspace is also a room, but it's an office room. Okay, people come and sit together to work. Okay, logically, not physically, but it's a workspace, right? So in app.powerbi.com we have created a pro workspace, and inside that we have created 4 roles, and we also understand access and settings. Access and settings. So what is the purpose of settings? To change pro to premium, we go for settings. Access, we can change, we can add the user, we can change their roles, right? We can change their roles. So there we go for access, right? So I hope you might have received login, username and password if we were paid. Okay, very few people paid. You will see only today. Some people asked me to have give a permission today. So that is the reason we have not created. Okay, very few people they have actually paid. Okay, so today we will see, and tomorrow definitely we will change the group. Okay, and yesterday I had some personal issues, so I could not able to focus on this. Okay, now SQL Server. This is one of the most important topic. Okay, app.powerbi.com is also header 1, and these are all you should understand as a pro premium workspaces, and 4 roles also very important, right? And access settings are subtopics, but now let's understand SQL Server as a source. Okay, see, Power BI comes with different flavors, just like ice cream flavors. Okay, Power BI can work with files. Power BI can work with multiple sources, 99 plus sources. Among them, SQL Server is one of the source. But there is a big myth. What is myth? Myth means which is not reality. Okay, so they are saying SQL Server is compulsory. No, it is not compulsory. to learn, but it is good to have because SQL Server is widely used database. Big companies will use SQL Server, right? That is the reason SQL Server is good to have, and Azure SQL DB is very good to have because they are demanding skills, right? So that's how you need to tailor your resume. You are the tailor for your resume. People just ignore preparing resume. Actually, we can ignore it, but you should not ignore it. You have to be very careful. People will come to review without reading it, without reading even it one time. Just they will copy paste, they will change it, but they will not read it at least one time. That's what I observed. But you should read it. Okay, you should read it at least twice, thrice before coming to my review. Okay, and I've given pre-resume preparation checklist. Okay, how you need to prepare your resume, right? So why I'm just discussing this because SQL Server is good to have in your resume in one of your projects, but we will not learn SQL Server completely. You know what? SQL Server itself is a big ocean, and there are multiple roles, multiple people will work on a single SQL Server, right? So SQL developer, okay, who will create tables, databases, views, okay, and relationships for primary key, foreign key, is pure developer, okay. Then SQL admin, who will maintain, who will give the privileges to new users to add to that SQL server admin, okay. And then other rules like lot of rules will be there, okay. If you just search in YouTube, search in Google, you will see how many SQL server rules are available in the market, right? So you will see a lot. I'm just giving a developer and admin, but some people will be production support, okay. Some people will be maintenance guys, okay, approvers. A lot of people will work on SQL Server. But what as a Power BI developer, what we really want to know here. So you need to know very basic things, how to get the data, how to retrieve the data. That's your primary role. But you should also validate your visuals. You should also validate your visuals to write a very basic questions, basic queries. But some people will come to interview saying that they will start from SQL, which means either he should not know Power BI capabilities or Power BI, or he might be coming from SQL background, and he might not know how to do an interview. Could be many chances. See, interviewer might not come from top, right? He's just like our we are like humans. Interview is nothing but a stone in madman's hand. Okay, don't know what would be the results. Nobody cannot expect. All of a sudden, your time will grab. Okay, sometimes you might be doing excellent, and you are you are 2000% sure that you will get an offer, but you might not get call back. So it is something like that. But what do you need to show? What you need to make sure, you should keep on hunting. Okay, you should keep on hunting. Definitely, if you are in the mat, definitely you will get a point. Definitely, that's for sure. Right. So that is the reason we will learn SQL. And first of all, if your machine is good in capability to install SQL Server, you do it. Otherwise, I will also tell you kind of mechanism, okay, to avoid SQL. But if your machine is not capable, I'm saying, but if good to have a machine, and if you don't have, not to worry, okay. Do not worry. Worries will not give you results. Okay. Think of it, fight for it, get for it. Right. So SQL Server download and installation. Download means downloading from internet to your local machine. And then we need to install. Install means, you know, actually you will give a life to that, downloaded file. Okay, once you click, it will expand, it will install into your machine. Okay, and then you will be able to use it. So this is the primary step everybody should do. Okay, so go to Google. Still someone was not muted, please check. Okay, go here, SQL Server, download. Simply you search for it. Okay, for Windows, that's fine. Windows 10, search for it. Okay, if you have make sure 64-bit, you can just do that, but that's okay. You can search for it. Which version and all that you can decide. Okay, once you go there. Okay, either you just click 2022 is the latest version, but still if you want to go for a 2022 is also latest version, you can go for that. But see, install SQL Server, you can go for a developer version. Okay, you can go for a developer version, and Express version is also a free version, but it has limited features. Okay, so developer version is also having full enterprise level capabilities, but the availability, the data, it's not guaranteed by the Microsoft. Okay, he might be putting into a, some cracks or something, which a developer can only test the capabilities, but he will not use it for production support. So that's the reason you can go and get this download now button. Okay, once you get it, it will be pointing to another page, and simply it will download like this. See, it's downloaded very quick. Okay, okay, I'm using my mobile data. Power cut actually happened. So you can, what you need to do is you need to double click on it. That's all. Okay, and then you need to also install SSMS. What is this? It is like a shirt on our body or dress on our body. Okay, SQL Server is a server, and you cannot access without this SSMS. You can also access using, CMD. What is CMD? Command prompt. Using, CMD, you can connect the SQL Server, you can create the tables, views, but it is very complex. It is a GUI. What is GUI? Character user interface. Computer started building using GUI. Then Microsoft invented GUI. What is GUI? Graphical user interface. Okay, you need to download this and this. So this is your today's assignment. Hope you have done last two projects. And let me know after this class if you have any challenges on the population analysis or IMF data analytics. Okay, so that we can discuss after the class. But the third activity is this, and hope in between I have also given POC for understanding append and merge, right? And yeah, that is also one of the two important things that you should learn, practice. That is must ask question. If they are going for Power Query, they will definitely ask what is the difference between append and merge. You need to, this is, whenever there is a make sure question, you should give like anything, right? It is like a chits in your pocket when you go for an exam, and make sure that question came. So how confident you are out. So that's something like this. Okay, in this training you will learn that kind of skills. Okay, so what I'm going to tell you that whenever I say very important, you should be focused on that. And moreover, everything will be important within this 1 month short period of time. I will definitely discuss all important topics only. Okay, now you need to double click on it, and you can also download this, right? So I did tell you that to download this. Yeah, This is the link SSMS, and that is the two steps for this. Download SQL Server, download and install. Where? From here. This is for SQL Server. Control C. So download and install SQL Server 2019. Below link. Okay. Now number 2, download and install SSMS. Not to worry, I will give you the best trick to just to focus on. Okay, download SSMS and install. Okay, this is the second step. Okay, third step, you need to have a ready-made database, a ready-made data warehouse. Okay, so download ready-made. Okay, who made it for us? Microsoft made it for us to work. We do not waste time to create the tables, views, store procedures and all, but Microsoft has created for us and to use for a Power BI development purpose. So for that, we need to download the ready-made data warehouse. Okay, what is data warehouse? Data warehousing, nothing but logical, conceptual view or conceptual background. Okay, and physical and logical. Sorry, second is the logical and then physical, and then star schema, snowflake schema, right? So fact and dimension. There are 4 to 5 points that we need to remember. Taka, 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 that's all. Okay, some nowadays they will come up with what how many types of fact tables. That is none of your business. It's a fact table. That's all. That is old technology, old question. Okay, he's a very old person, just like me. Okay, so but that is not the meaningful question to ask in Power BI point of view, right? Fact is fact, which contains all primary keys of dimension tables, which is nothing but foreign keys, along with how much, how many. Okay, so that's how you need to talk. So we will see that now. Okay, you need to have one more thing. Oh, did I close it? No, here it is. Okay, so now what you need to do is you need to just download AdventureWorks, AdventureWorks database. Okay, there are two ways to do it. One is, who is this? Punda Ajay Kumar. Ajay, go on mute. Okay, so AdventureWorks download. So go to this docs.microsoft.com. Don't go to third-party websites. That's anything that I'm giving in terms of internet. My best suggestion is do not go to third party. Let's say I have now Mahindra Academy Pro is a website. Okay, I do put that exe files, Microsoft, SQL Server and SSMS AdventureWorks in one location. But which one you should download? You trust me because you will come to my website and download. But internet is not that good. Okay, so better to go to that proprietary software websites just like Microsoft, Microsoft. So this is actually the source. Okay, here you need to download the backup files. Okay, two ways to create the warehouse in the SQL Server. One is attaching the MDF files or restoring the backup files. Okay, so here OLTP system and OLAP system. This is a lightweight, and few light records. If some person's laptop is very 4 GB RAM with AMD graphic, AMD processor, then they can go for this. That's fine. They can use it. But this is also OLAP. OLAP is nothing but data warehousing. So data warehousing is built for analysis purpose. This is for transactional purpose. Okay, here you do CRUD operations. What is CRUD operations? So you need to understand this. Difference between OLTP versus OLAP. Okay, so transactional processing system is built for end user purpose. OLAP system is used for what? CXO or any analysis purpose. Business side. This is customer side. This is business side. So let me create a draw as much as possible. Okay, the feature OLTP, OLAP. Okay, number one feature is use for user or customer. It's a customer or end user. End user. Customer is the business point of view. End user is a technical word. Both are same. Okay, end user is technical word. Customer is the business word. OLAP is for management side. Management. Okay, and here the size. Okay, size is very small, very big. The table size. Okay, the table size here. And purpose. Purpose is actually created based on the application need, based on the business need. Okay, based on the I'm creating an offers. Okay, for that I want to track only particular branch, not every branch. Just imagine ICICI Bank. He's giving offer in only one branch. Based on the business need, in the back end, I would require to create a table. But when it comes to here, the purpose is to analyze, okay, to object oriented. It's purely an object oriented. What is object? Okay, what is object? See, either it should be a WH question. Okay, oriented. Okay, so what is object? Either it could be a one of the dimensions like WH questions like where, when, who, what. So all these are the objects. So based on that, the table will be created. Here it will be table size. That is the reason the purpose would be very small. The table size would be very small, but all the tables will be transformed and created a very big table in the OLTP to OLAP. So both databases you will see in the SSMS, but from one database to another database will be created using ETL tool. Okay, that is another story of SSIS, right? And next, the purpose used for so operations. Very, very important. Here you can do CRUD operations. Here you can do only read operation. What is CRUD? Create, read, update, delete. Okay. C means create. Okay. Or means read. We can say read, comma, update, comma, delete. Okay. So these are all operations you can do on OLTP system. But OLAP system only read. It is very big. That is the reason it's only read. And you cannot update, because if you update, you will get the data from here, and this data and this data will not be in sync. So for the best practice, we will only do this. Here read, here update and everything. If you go to the bank or ATM, you can update your mobile number because that is a OLTP system, OLTP table. But if you want 1-2 years statement, you need to go to bank and they will ask for 15 to 20 minutes nowadays. Okay, previously they used to ask for some days. Okay, why? They will go and submit the back end OLTP system. They will submit the job so that you will get the report. Right? So that is a main purpose. Okay, end user or application purpose. Okay, application based on the application useful. Okay, you can write something like this. Application. Okay. So another few more points also there, but if you remember, you will get some kind of understanding what is what. Right? OLTP is a transaction processing. It's analytical processing. Right, so you can download like this. So you can click on the always take the latest one. Okay, I always prefer the latest one. Okay, you can download this and I will tell you how to restore it. Okay, so I'm opening SSMS, which is already installed for me. Okay, I've also installed SQL Server. Okay, current power gone actually. Okay, so there is a database called Maunica here. So, oh no, it's SSAS. We will talk this later. Let's disconnect this and connect. See the plug symbol. Okay. I hope you might not see my cursor. Okay, so now server name is Maunica, but let me take the database. Now you see here how many are there. Server type. They are the server. Server is what? It's a very big room. Server means, just imagine. Okay, big room. That is a server which can be accessed by multiple users from multiple locations based on their roles. Okay, we will not talk much about the server now, but server is a very big. Inside server you will have databases. Inside databases you will have tables, views, store procedures, functions, etc. So that is the high level of SQL Server. You can have multiple databases. Each database contains tables, views, store procedures, and functions. Okay, but we will mostly focus on tables and views, and another way is store procedure. Okay, mostly these three are enough, or SQL statements, 4. Okay, so now I'm choosing database engine and connect. So now when you just expand this, you will see AdventureWorks 2019. It's already installed, right? So when you expand this, and moreover, easily you can create a database. Simply right click and create a new database. This is how it is. Very simple. Okay. Mahendra, otherwise will give you March 2022 DB. Okay, underscore DB or something space DB. Space also. So I just created one database. Very simple. And inside the table also you can simply, now you see these are all folders, but inside that there are user tables. These are all system tables, file tables and Excel tables, and but still you can ignore and create your own table. Okay, you can create a new table, something like this. This is a graphical way of creating. Okay, serial number. Okay, and the name, amount. Okay, something like that. Okay, you can change the data type. Amount could be something like a real number or decimal number, whatever it is, if you want to use. See, data types are here different. Okay, data types are here different, right? So small it we can use here. Okay, here we can use money. Here the money is small. Okay, simply you can click save. So it will ask table 1. You can give a name and that table you will see here. But it's its own structure, right? So you can remove, and if you don't see that yet, you can go and refresh it. So now you see table 1. And if you right click and top 1000 rows, select top 1000 rows, nothing will be there because we just created an empty table. And if you want, you can edit the data here. Okay, 1 name, and amount is 10. Okay, and 2 and tab BBB and now you can save it or you can close it. It will ask for save. Oh no, it didn't ask. No, it's saved. So now that's how it is. So this is very easy way to create the table in SQL Server, but it is but our business is not to create the table or insert the data. That is not our business because we are into analytical side. Okay, there are two phases in the software: front end and back end. OLTP system is a front end application. It's built for front end. OLAP is for back end to analyze the data, right? So now we understood how to create database, how to create the table, and next I will tell you how to create a view, and then I'll also tell you how to create the store procedure. These three are enough. These three are enough. Actually table and view, store procedure, these three are enough. Yeah, and creating database, it is not your role. Okay, your roles will be restricted here in the security. Okay, each login will be controlled here, server roles. Okay, these are the roles and these are logins. Logins means our credentials. Role means what kind of person he is. He's a security person, he's a CEO, he's a manager, he's an employee, he's a software engineer. Who is he? That is the role. But login means it's access card. Okay, he has to swipe the access card, whoever it is. Based on that access card, the privileges will become. So that is called login. Okay, so if you know this, then that's fine for SQL Server. I will come to that SQL how you can practice it. But for now, you have to know this. But how can I restore this kind of database, the backup databases? Okay, you can right click and restore the database. But what is this attach? See, attach is used for the .mdf file, master data definition file. Something is there. Okay, so that you can attach. Okay, this is purely administrator database administrative activity. Okay, you know, if you don't know also, that is fine. Okay, but if you know, that is good to know, but should not deviate. Okay, so here what I'm saying, if you download the .bak means what? Backup. If you download the BAK file and simply click it, and it will ask for something database or the device, because we are restoring from the device, which is my local folder I have downloaded. Okay, so you can also restore the existing database. Let's say if you have this and here it will ask only one database is there, but I have not did I create the new database, this one, right? So I don't know why it's not coming. Ideally it should come. That's what you want to do also in the drop down. Okay, to restore, right? But it is not come. That's fine, no problem. So we can go. Actually, this is the intention. Okay, do not confuse. Go for device. Do not go for database. You can go for device and click on these three dots. Click on these three dots and the file, the BAK file we need to add here. Select this and now you see it's already there. Or you can copy it to your D drive and you can just do that. Okay, once you download, it would automatically download to here. Okay, so if not, you need to copy this path and paste there, or else it is not mandatory that you should keep in C drive, because sometimes C drive will get it grow like anything. So better to use in the D drive also, somewhere in the D drive here, and put a separate folder and put that BAK file there and choose that path. So automatically it will be available here. Okay, once you select this and click OK, and you need to select this. Okay, some people will not follow some steps, so because of which they will get into a lot of troubles. Okay, so again, you should have a .NET installed in your machine. Latest updates should be available. So a lot of cases, for some people it will just like that, but some people they have to work a lot to install this and click OK. That's all. It will be done because it's already done. So I'm not clicking OK. Okay, this is the steps. That's all. Just run that and it will create something like this. If not, let me know. I will definitely work with you. Okay, to do that. So how many steps you need to do to get it here? 3 steps. Step 1, download and install SQL Server. Step 2, download SSMS and install. And step 3, download AdventureWorks. Okay, take the latest one. Right? So then you need to do this backup. So then you are ready to use it for Power BI. So now, how many ways we can connect to Power BI? So here, number 1, using SQL statement. SQL statements. SQL queries, otherwise statements or queries. Okay. Number 2, views. Number 4, store procedures. Store proc or store procedures. 4 ways we can do that. Okay, this is just SQL Server side, but from Power BI side we can do multiple connections as well. Okay, direct connection, import connection, direct import is the default one, the first one, and live. Okay, these 3 are the whiles. These are the whiles basically in the current, right? So these are the main whiles. From pole to your house you should have a big wire, right? So that these are the wires. 3 types of wires are available in the market. Okay, so something like that, this just make a relevance in your mind. So 99 sources or all sources will work with import, but sometimes we need to go for direct query, sometimes we need to go for live connection. We will discuss that later extensively, but for now let's focus on these points to connect SQL Server into Power BI. Right? So just open Power BI desktop, and now you see SQL Server. It's mostly widely used option. So that is the reason in the home button you will see that. Click on that. Okay. So in the server you put a dot. Okay. So and then click import. What is dot? Dot represents localhost. Okay. Yes, use my current initial. Now here you need to understand these 3 types of authentications. What we call, this is an authentication, which means I am the right person to use this database or the server. Okay, so everybody cannot go to a Wipro company, everybody will not go to a Infosys company. There should be authentication, there should be a swiping card. So those persons only they can enter. So this is also the same thing. SQL Server is a room. Imagine this, a big room. So I cannot simply go just like that. Either I should have this kind of 3 kinds of access levels. Either of one is enough. Either you should be having a card, or you should be directly, tailgating with your manager, or it could be someone, your employee or something. So that is it. Windows credential means my machine credentials. Database means logins from SQL Server. I told you, right? So here I will create separate logins. This login, okay, the SQL Server login, okay, and Microsoft account, which is basically used for Azure SQL DB, okay. But sometimes also we will use it here. But if the if you don't have basically what we call what we call authentication, like Windows or database, then we go for Microsoft. But 99% you will see Active Directory. Yeah, the word was missing. If you don't have a proper Active Directory, you can integrate with Microsoft account, but that is the back end. Architect, owners will take the decision. But for you to understand this, either you should have a Windows credentials or database credentials or the Microsoft credentials. But for now, we will only go with Windows. Windows means this laptop credentials. So use my current credentials and then click connect. Okay, click OK. It will ask you, I will encrypt your database. Okay, you can encrypt, no problem. What is encryption? Decryption, it is a kind of security. Now you see, even I put the SQL server name is dot, it has accepted. And now I can see all the tables inside the data warehouse. I see. Okay, now if you can also see the data by selecting like this, see, so which means it's properly authenticated, right? So now I will show you one more way. You can also give local host. These are all kind of Budji Kanna Chinna words. Okay, you are giving SQL server name, alias names. Okay, so that is also will work. But actually, what is my database name? Let me connect. Okay, so still you can see this. Okay, still you can see this. But what is my database name? Maunika, right? So I can also use that. Okay, so let's connect to this again. You can write SQL server or Maunika. Okay, and then click OK. You see how many names we have given to connect. Okay, so actually who will give the SQL server name? Okay, so that is a different story altogether. Okay, and you can also connect using IP address. Okay, you can just get the IP address for this, and you can also connect using IP address instead of giving names. Okay, so anyway, you can give anything. That's how it is. Now here you see dim tables and fact tables. So I will take one fact table and select related tables. So it will automatically select everything which is having primary foreign key relationships. Okay, right? So but still, if you don't want to load a lot of data, because we are going with import connection, so a lot of data will be imported into Power BI desktop. If you really don't like currency, just check the currency, click on currency, and if you see these three currency, AFZ means Afghani currency, if you want that kind of analysis, you can go for it. But if not, you can untick that. Okay, territory is a location. Promotion, I don't like promotions. This is kind of a discount coupons offers. I don't want that. I am not even doing on currency level analysis. So, and even I don't want any reason. So I can load this, or if I want to click, I can click transform. But it's already structured data, right? So you no need to transform that. You can load it first. First you load it, and then if you want to do any changes, you can come back to the Power Query. But you know what? When you work with SQL Server, you will try to avoid Power Query. Try to avoid, I am saying. See how I am connected now using tables. So now here I have connected with tables, with import tables with import connection. So two things we need to understand. Whenever you work with SQL Server, what objects you are taking from SQL Server? Either you are taking tables or views or store procedures or SQL statements, right? So now this is a table. Third option we understood. Now let's see. Once I import, what is there? Now you see, you can see the view in the model view, and you can just click on this and off this. That is just properties, and click on this card, fit to screen card. Now you see, you will see this kind of a bigger view. Star schema looks like a star. Okay, center fact table surrounded by dimension tables. And now I can make it zoom, something like this. Okay, and then make smaller, closer to this. It's a diagram. Okay, it's just a diagram, nothing. Okay, and in this diagram we will understand, you know, the one-to-many relationship types. And if you double click on this, I forgot to tell you that there are four important topics that we need to understand here. One is the cardinality, which is nothing but relationship type. Okay, so let me try under model view. Okay, what is this model view? These three views. One is model and data view and report view. Okay, so model view. What we need to understand is cardinality. Okay, and if you don't think it is correct spelling, cardinality. Cardinality. Okay, so cardinality, which means nothing but relationship type. Okay, relationship type, right? So what kind of relationship type is it? One to many? So there are, you know, four types basically. One to many, okay, and many to many, okay, many to one, okay, one to many, many to many, many to one, and then one to one. One to many, many to many, many to one to one, right? So these are the four types of relationship that you can see here. Here, you see. Actually, many to one, one to many, both are same. Only the way you look is different. There is no difference at all. Okay, many to many we also understood. If the fact table or the dimension table, both keys are having duplicates, then it will be created many to many. But what is the case of one to one? One to one means you have a employee table, you have a passport table. So each one employee will have each one passport number and passport details. Like I have a table with passport ID, employee ID, passport number, passport issued start date, end date. A lot of things will be there, right? So if you want to track that as a separate table and your employee table is a separate table, then you want to make a relationship between those two tables, then you will go for one-to-one relationship. Okay, this is one of the most important topic. Okay, now cross filtering, the filter, from which side you want to filter, from which table do you want to filter. Okay, so is it a single or both? So there are cross filtering direction, which means you see the cancel. If you click it, this is a single. See, one side only you can filter. This you can filter from one side. Okay, but if you have a many to many, you will see this arrow and the opposite arrow, both sides. So filtering, cross filter direction, cross filter direction, single or both. Okay, we'll see this too. And next is active inactive relationship. This is one of the most important thing. You can create one active relationship and many inactive relationship. Now, if I zoom it here, if you just see the dot dot dash, okay, the dot dot dashes between, if I hover over, it's created based on the date key. If I hover over, it is also ship date key. It is this order date key and this is due date key. So here, if you just observe this fact table, only date key, but one date key having with multiple date keys. Okay, one is a ship date, one is order date, and another one is due date. Okay, how many products actually shipped today? Shipped means delivered. Okay, how many orders? Just imagine Amazon or Flipkart. Okay, how many orders they are actually placed? How many orders actually they have shipped? How much due amount? Some people will put on COD, cash and delivery. What is the due amount that I need to get? So if you want that kind of analysis on your fact table with the dimension tables, then this is how you are going to create relationships. So at any point of time, one active relationship, and you can create multiple inactive relationship. I will tell you how to use inactive relationship. I will tell you how to use inactive relationship, and when to use, how to use, we will discuss later. But for now, three things. One is relationship type, second one is filtering type, third one is active inactive relationship. These are the three very important topics that you need to understand on the model view. Right? Any questions on this? This is one of the important point. And apart from that, we can also group I will tell you later, not for now, but I will definitely tell you a lot of techniques and tricks will be there under this model view. Okay, we will talk that later. But these are the three important topics that everybody should know. This is very basic and must ask interview question. The relationship types, filtering type, and relationship, active inactive relationship. Okay, any questions on this? Now we have imported. So when you hover over here, you see storage mode is import. Okay, name is, and when it was refreshed. So that is the basic metadata. It will be automatically come in this view. But we can also not here. Yeah, if you just select this any of the table, okay, you see some properties of the table. Okay, name, and just go to this. But here in advanced, there is an option to import direct and dual. But these two are inactive. Inactive means you cannot select this. It won't select, which means this feature will not work for import. But let's see if we connect with other connection type. So for now, I'm going to save this project, saying that, okay, so where I'm going to save in the March 2022 folder, saying that SQL Server import. Okay, SQL Server with import. Okay, so this is my project for now. What we understood, we have understood that we can use SQL tables for reporting purpose, and underscore tables. So what we have done, so SQL Server is a data source type, and we have connection type is import, and what objects we have imported? Tables. We have imported tables. So that is the reason. Okay, so you can just the space properly. Okay, so naming convention should be good. So whenever I see this, this is IMF data report, this is a population analysis report. So I can easily understand by that. So giving naming is very important. Naming standards should be must. I will share you a couple of best practices, okay, that everybody should know. See, working, removing screw is okay. That is good to have. You know how to remove the screw. But if you know the best way to remove is, that is really matter, right? So then you are the skilled person. So when you follow some best practices, the screwdriver should have a magnet so that screw will not go. So something like that. Some best practices. The same way for Power BI also we do some best practices. We will discuss that later. But for now, I'm going to save with the SQL Server is a source type, and import. I can give source name also, source type and source name, but the connection type. Okay, I can give something like that. SQL Server. There could be many SQL servers. Which SQL server it is? So it is actually a local host. Okay, local host. So SQL Server is a data type, a source type, but local host is a SQL Server name, and the connection is import, and I've imported tables. Actually, this is a perfect name for now. For now, in this case, but if you create the report, then you should, the name will be same to the end user or the business. So if they don't matter, like what is the source, what is the name, how you connect, whether you connect tables or use, that is they do not matter. They don't matter about it. Okay, what they matter, what business they are analyzing is matter for them. So we will come to that when it comes to creating a reports visualizations. Okay, but for now I'm trying to give you how to create the name of a file. Okay, so you can save this right now. Perfect, I've saved it. Okay, so this is an import way, import with SQL tables. Okay, now let me connect the same tables with direct query. So I am not closing it, I'll be just minimizing it, and I will open a new PBX file. Okay, so the same tables I will connect direct query, and we will see side by side how they looks different, so that you will understand direct query, direct connection versus import. Okay, import is widely used, but then why we go for direct query, I will tell you now. Once let me connect and then we can discuss further. Okay, so now here let me choose a SQL server. Here let me give the local host. Now you see the connectivity mode. See, the database is optional, so I can give or not give, is that's not a matter. I will give, if I don't give, it will load all the databases. If not, then you can give a specific database so that you can see all the tables and views of the database only. Okay, but now I'm going to change this. Okay, so now let me click OK. Now still you see all of them. Okay, and if you something you don't see, you can refresh. Now you have all of a sudden you loaded and see something is missing, and you will go and create. So now it's available. So how, let's say after you connect something change, then you need to click refresh this, something like that. Okay, so now you expand this and you can search for fact. See, a lot of facts facts are there, but I'm using say internet sales, and then I am reviewing my search criteria. Now you can use select related tables. Okay, it's still loading. You see the dots are running. It's finding. How it's finding that, how the tool is getting the inputs based on the keys, foreign key primary key relationship. It will find the related tables, which are the foreign keys that it has. These are all the foreign keys. See, these are my keys. These are my tables it can connect. Okay, more than 1 hour power cut actually. Today power cut happened. Now you see a lot of tables are connected. I'm not worrying. Let them connect. How many tables it they want to connect. But now I'm going to load. Why? I'm not bothering about the tables now, because the data size is not a matter when I connect with direct query. Why? Because data will be your side. I'm here. Let's imagine you are the data. I'm here. Hello. Guru? Okay, okay. 8:30 తర్వాత ఫోన్ చేయండి చెప్పలే లేదు 8:30 తర్వాత okay, so it's just direct connecting, connections are actually happening. Okay, It should not take this much time. Waiting for the queries. Direct query is the easiest query and it won't load anything. I will tell you. Just observe this area, only this part. Okay. It's actually evaluating. The connections are evaluating. That's all. Once you create the connection, that's all. Now see, very simple. Nothing is loaded. But when you do import, you will see number of records imported. But now you see that data view is completely gone, which means data is not loaded into Power BI desktop. It is there outside. Data is there outside of the Power BI. But if you do import, it will be inside the Power BI stomach. Okay. Import means you are importing it. But direct means data is not there, but you only import metadata. What is metadata? Metadata is data about the data. It's not the actual data. Like how many tables are there, what are the table name, what is the column name. Okay, those things you will see, the table names and column names. But if you come to this model view, so first difference is when it comes to direct and import, you won't see data view. Why? Because we connected direct connection. We connected direct connection, right? So that is the reason data will be outside. So that is the reason the data is not imported. That is the reason we don't see the data. That is the first thing. And you see the blue color. You don't see the blue color here. See? Okay, that you don't see. And under property, these three things are grayed out. But when it comes to here, you select any of the table, okay, or any of the table. Let me select this table only, and you can go to here. Now you see all are enabled. All are enabled, which means the storage, the data storage is in the direct query mode, which means outside. If you want to import, you can do import. If you want to dual mode, what is dual mode? It will be best optimized path. It will prepare the query plan for this connection, and based on the queries, it will realize, okay, this is mostly used, widely used columns data. So let me put it into virtual memory, some RAM, some kind of cache it will create inside to give you the best performance. We will talk about the performance tuning when it comes to direct query, but for now, this is the direct query mode to connect. So what is the difference? You won't see data, but you simply see these names. They are just names. Okay, nothing. It is just a name of the table and name of the columns. Very, very lightweight. If you save this and that, you will see the size of the PBX file. Okay, let me save this and let me view like this, detailed. Now you see SQL Server import how much size it is. Okay, I will go there. Okay, let me do like this. SQL Server, let me put everything like this. Localhost, SQL Server localhost, and direct. This is the only difference. Okay. SQL Server localhost direct tables. Okay, so now let me go there to that folder. March. Now you see, let me click on the download. Download. Now you see, this is just 58 KB, but I have connected lot many tables. I have not removed any of the tables, but it is just 58 KB. But here I have imported the data. It is almost 2 MB. See how much compressed it has done, and you can connect, gigabytes, terabytes of data, but the file size will be this much. Why is it 58 GB? Because of the names, table names and column names, it took that much. Right? So, but here it is imported data, so that is the reason you see 2 gigahertz, 2 GB gigabytes data. sorry, not gigabytes, sorry, MB, megabytes. Okay, so you need to divide 1024, 2195 divided by 1024, so that you will get the KB to MB. Okay, so what is the biggest advantage? In the real time, you will have a very big data warehouses. Okay, so in that case, if you want to analyze that data warehouse, we will connect it direct, because there is a limit in the PBX file size. Okay, okay, for free, so for Pro, it should be 1 GB PBX file size. PBX file size should not go to more than 1 GB for Pro license, or yeah, Pro license. PBX file size, PBX file size. Okay, there will be a data, they will also give you a data storage, that is 100 GB or something, but the single file PBX size should be less than 1 GB. 1 GB huge data, but still, when you work with SQL Server, 1 GB just like that it will store, because in the SQL Server you will see terabytes of data in the real time. But if you want to connect with Pro license, the terabytes of data will not work. Okay, and you have a premium license. The PBX file size will be up to 10 GB. Up to 10 GB. It will not go to beyond that. Which means a single PBX file I'm talking. We can create multiple PBX files, but that's fine. But if the limitation is only for single PBX file size. Okay, for PBX file size, you can go and create 5 GB, that's fine. Or if you want to create 900 MB, 900 MB, you can create in a multiple files, that's fine. But single file size should not go beyond 1 GB. Make sense? So to avoid this 10 GB, 10 GB, because we are talking about gigabytes, terabytes. Okay, so here only gigabytes. So gigabytes is very small, then come to terabytes. 124 GB is equal to 1 terabyte. 124 GB is equal to 1 terabyte. Right? So that is the reason we will go for direct query. To avoid this sizes, if you want to work with terabytes of data, see the power of Power BI now. It can work with, huge data. Right? So that is the reason, direct query will give you a less than or equal, If I just give, if I might be, okay, so yeah, less than, okay, just take this, or less than or equal or less than, okay. So because the size matter, okay, to avoid this issue, we will go for direct. So when you connect direct, it is nothing. There is no rocket science. Simply data will not be loaded. That's all. Only metadata will be loaded. But then, what is the problem? The problem will be there. The problem is slowness. The performance will go like anything. But input will have utmost performance, the best performance. Direct query will not have, because it has always to go and ask, give me this data, and user is asking in the report, give me this data, give me this data, give me the data, give me this data. Whenever you click, it will go and ask, give me this data. So there will be a latency in the direct query. But there are some best practices to avoid the performance latency. Okay, we will discuss that later. But for now, what we understood is that the tables can be connected directly in the direct mode versus import mode versus direct mode. Okay, now let me go to the SQL statements. Okay, and views also the same way, but when you connect, let me just save this. We have already saved. Okay, but let me open one more thing. Okay, actually power gone. I don't know how long it will be. So I need to save my data for my next work. We will wind up here, and today is the last day for payments. Okay, you can just whoever paid they can join, right? Otherwise, no hurry. You can join next batch. Okay. Um, Please do not wait me to call you back. Just respond to me so that I'm going to create a new batch, okay, new group, not batch, new group. Okay, so whoever paid, those people will be into that. Definitely I will allow you old people whoever joined in this group. Okay, if I miss, just let me know. I will tell you in this group saying that a new group has been created. Let me know if you are not added. Okay, so then you can ping me. Otherwise you need to ping, which means I am not created. Okay, any questions now? We will extensively work on SQL Server. We will extensively work on direct query. We will extensively work on live connection. Okay, that is the real time that I feel. Not only that, everything will be real time here. I will just talk very important topics and how you can easily work, how you can easily practice. Okay, for SQL Server, I will give you one important how to learn SQL statements, writing SQL statements. Okay, no, I've already opened this. So W3 school, W3 school, SQL. Okay, you search for this. Okay, when we will get this. This is very good website. Okay, to practice. Okay, so here you need to do first complete all these lessons. Okay, this is enough. Syntax, select, distinct, where, and or not, order by, update and delete is not required, and we won't do that. Okay, count, average, sum, and like while record. So all these things you do: left join, self join, okay, inner join, full join, okay, group by having, right? So that these are all important topics. This you can learn. I don't think you should learn this create database, drop database. This is DML DDL commands not required, only DML commands that are enough. Okay, then here you need to see there is a quiz and exercise. First do the exercise, then do the examples and do the quiz. Okay, so that you will evaluate yourself. Okay, so it's very good actually. Okay, so very good explanation. You can do a lot many things daily. At least 1 hour you spend on this. End of this course you will be master in the SQL. That's more than enough. That's my confidence. Okay, writing SQL queries. I am very good at writing SQL queries. You can put that in your professional summary. Okay, because that's all. If you know these concepts, you can easily create. Nothing will be there in the real time. Okay, the table names and column names could be different, but concept is same. Here we are the risk takers. Your mindset should be a risk taker mindset. Okay, so nothing. You will definitely get. Okay. Yeah, you can unmute yourself, Silita, and you can just ask me the question. That's fine. I have a doubt on cleaning data. Okay. What is that? You can share your screen and show me here. We can, good, Ranganath, you have recorded the session. That's great. Okay, so let's connect separately. Open the file meanwhile. Now, before calling me, you should have everything open, like the issue and error and everything, so that I can quickly tell you what to do on that and all. Okay, so once you call me, you should not open